Jameis Winston ticked off the Buccaneers by being bad. He ticked off the Falcons and the Saints by calling this play. He just needs to do something to the Panthers now, and he'll complete the NFC South speed run for ticking off every team in that division. Welcome everybody to JG9 News, where we talk all things NFL all the time. I'm Jarrett9, representing the 904 from the 602, and today we are talking about the controversial ending to the Falcons-Saints game. If you missed it, here's what happened. It was 41-17 Saints. There were 2 minutes left in the contest, and the Saints were lining up in victory formation with quarterback Jameis Winston out there at the 1-yard line. And instead of taking a knee, they fake the kneel down. Jameis Winston hands the ball off to Jamal Williams. Williams scores. The Falcons are understandably upset about it. The Saints win the game 48-17, and after the game, former Falcons head coach Arthur Smith, seeing as he got fired right after the game, he complained about the decision to call the fake kneel down, and head coach Dennis Allen on the Saints apologized to Arthur Smith. He said, "I did not call that play. Jameis Winston changed the play. He was the one that did it." And Jameis Winston said afterwards that he changed the play so that he could help out his teammate Jamal Williams, who had not scored a touchdown this season. Now, there's been a lot of controversy about this play in terms of whether it was sportsmanlike or not, whether it's running up the score, whether this play should be allowed. And here's the thing. On one hand, I completely do not believe there is such a thing as running up the score in the NFL. I think these guys are professionals. These guys are out there on the field. They're making money for their skills. If you don't like it, be a professional. Go stop it. This isn't youth sports we're talking about. We don't care about getting people's feelings hurt. This is professional sports. If you don't like it, go stop it. On the other hand, I take exception to this. I think this was complete BS by Jameis Winston for a few reasons. Number one, when you line up in a victory formation when you're winning a game by that many points, that is the universal symbol of waving the white flag. That is the universal symbol of this game is over. We're not going to call any more plays. We're not going to get anyone hurt. We're just going to get out of here. You cannot do that. You cannot call a fake kneel down like that when you're up by that many points. Because here's the thing. Guys are going to get hurt. Guys are going to get hurt if you do that. They're going to swipe at the knee if you're on the defensive line. They're going to try and exert effort. Guys are going to get hurt, and that's the last thing you want to see in a situation like this. We cannot criticize Greg Schiano and the Buccaneers players for what they did in their game against the Giants all the way back over a decade ago. We can't criticize the Seahawks for what they did against the Jaguars in 2017, and then at the same time say that the Falcons defense should have just stopped them here. Which one do you want? Do you want them to try on kneel downs, or do you not want them to try on kneel downs? We want to protect player safety, and something like this will just get people hurt. This is something that you do not do. And here's the thing with Jameis Winston. This might be it for him. This might be it for him. His skills are not that good to begin with. I'm not sure how many teams would want him as a quarterback to begin with. But one of the main things you want as a backup quarterback is obedience. You don't want someone that's going to defy your coach's orders. If you're a backup quarterback, you get the opportunity, you just do exactly what the coach tells you to do. The fact that he did not do that, he went against his coach. He went against everything that the NFL usually has, the unwritten rules of the NFL, and did this. This might be it for him. I don't know how many more chances he's going to get. He's definitely not coming back with the Saints next year. I can tell you that much. Dennis Allen is furious at Winston, and understandably so. Now, you can't exactly outlaw this. There's no way to outlaw it. I guess you could make a rule that says if you have 11 in the box, if you're leading by 3 possessions with under 2 minutes left, that it's assumed that it's a kneel down and you can't call any other plays. Otherwise, it's an illegal formation. I don't know how you could possibly stop that. Again, it's a really subjective, really weird thing you could outlaw. This play is going to stay, but I just don't get the point of this play to fake a kneel down like that when you're up by 24 points as it is. Again, the last thing we want to see in a situation like this is guys getting hurt. The last thing we want to see is guys getting hurt unnecessarily when the game is over. We can't criticize defensive teams when they do try to stop a kneel down and then at the same time say, well, you should have just stopped the kneel down. You should have stopped this play if you don't like it. It doesn't work both ways. That's called being a hypocrite. If you think one way for that thing, but the other way for the same exact thing, that is being a hypocrite. So again, I have no problem with running up the score. I don't believe it exists, but I do believe when you wave the white flag and you are signaling to the other team that this game is over, you do not further it by putting more salt in the wounds. You do not do that. But what do you guys think? Do you think that this was a Bush League play? Do you think that Dennis Allen has a right to be upset as quarterback? Do you think the Falcons have a right to be upset at the Saints for this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And that's going to do it for this episode of JG9 News. If you like what you saw, be sure to like and subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot. Also, be sure to follow me on my main channel, Jaguar9, where we talk all things NFL all the time. Until next time, Jaguar9 signing off, and as always, go Jags.